Hello. Today we'll begin in a comfortable seat. Draw length to your spine. Relax your face, your jaw, your forehead, and then follow your breath. Allow your breath to be a deep, calming breath with long inhales and long exhales. And then consider the intention behind your practice today. Set a positive intention for yourself. You can slowly open your eyes and begin to make your way into a downward facing dog. And in our down dog, we'll start to bring small movements to the body, opening up any areas of the body that might feel tight. Maybe pedal back and forth with your legs. And then a slow walk all the way up to the hands for your first forward fold. And then inhale all the way to standing. And the hands draw to the heart center. And we begin with a sun salutation. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips and forward fold. Inhale, draw length to your spine. And then step back to your plank posture. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, 3 or up dog. And exhale, pressing back, downward facing dog. And 5 breaths in your down dog. And soften. Gaze forward and step up to your hands and forward fold on your exhale. Inhale all the way back to standing. And exhale as your hands return to your heart center. Again, inhale the arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale length. And step or hop back to your plank posture. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, and your down dog. In your down dog, you can lift your heels and allow your feet to fall over towards the right side. And come back to center and switch sides. All the way back to center, the heels draw back down to the floor. And soften again, either step or hop to your hands. Forward fold. Inhale back to standing, and exhale, hands to the heart. Bend the knees this time and reach the arms overhead, dropping into your chair pose. And forward fold. Inhale length, step or hop back, and flow through to your down dog. From down dog, you can step your right foot forward and come into a warrior one. Inhale the arms overhead. And then open, warrior 2. Reverse the warrior 2. Flow back down to your plank. And chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. For the left side, left leg lifts, step forward into your warrior 1. Right heel down. Arms extend overhead. A full breath. And then open, warrior 2. Another full breath. And reverse it. On the exhale, flow back down to your plank and chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And again, 5 breaths. Lift your right leg, Step your right foot all the way through to your hands and reach your arms overhead for a warrior one. Once you've found your foundation, we'll interlace the fingers behind the small of the back. Allow the heart and chest to lift to the sky as the hands slide down and backwards. With the fingers still interlaced, forward fold, drop your head to the inside of your right knee or ankle as the arms flow overhead. The right knee continues to draw in. As you engage your core, lift up, establish balance, and begin to shift your weight forward to lift your left leg away from the floor, perhaps drawing the left foot into your hands and sending energy into your hands for a small back bend in your balance. To exit, slowly step your foot back into your warrior one. Extend your arms overhead for a full breath, and then begin to lengthen your right leg, taking Parshvottanasana, a fold over your right leg. The hips will level. The hands may walk backwards if you'd like to go further. Follow your breath as you calm your nervous system. To come out, release the hands back down to the floor. Drop the left knee to the floor and come into a half split with the right leg long. To flow out, the right foot comes back down, and you can plant your hands and scissor kick your way through to your chaturanga, or just step back and exhale chaturanga, up dog, and your down dog. For the left side, step your left foot all the way through and come into your warrior one. The arms reach overhead. You settle into your posture, finding your foundation. Once there, interlace the fingers behind the small back. Allow the shoulders to soften down and backwards as you lift your heart and chest towards the sky. Establish firm balance as you drop your head towards the floor and the arms flow overhead to open your shoulders. Use your inhale to lift back up. Shift onto the ball of your right foot. Lean forward and lift your right leg away from the floor. You can even hook your foot in your hands if you'd like to get a back bend. Find one point to focus on as you hold your balance. As you exit, step back into your warrior one. The arms extend overhead for a full breath. And then Parshvottanasana on the left side. You can shorten your stance here if you'd like. Step your right foot up, square the heel down, lengthen the left leg, and a forward fold. There can be a small bend in the left knee, especially if your hamstrings are tight right now. For your half split, drop your right knee down to the floor, lengthen your left leg, curl energy through the ball of your left foot, and hinge at your hips as you fold. From your half split, you can step back to your plank, or if you tried the scissor kick variation, allow the hands to plant out in front, rock your weight forward, and lift to scissor kick through. And find your flow to your downward facing dog. 5 breaths. And we'll step the right foot through to the hands and come back into our warrior one. This time we'll take eagle arms with the left arm underneath the right. You can lift the elbows, the shoulders draw down and back, and a small back bend with your eagle arms. while keeping your eagle arms. Drop the arms down to the inside of your right knee or ankle. Use your core to support you. Coming back up. Little back bend and then unfurl into your warrior two. If you need to, separate your feet further apart to find a good stance in your warrior two. The wrists are in line with the shoulders, and the shoulders can stack over top of your hips. To reverse your warrior two, flip your right hand, the left hand can come backwards. And then flow with the right elbow right down to the right knee. The left arm is going to sweep around, and you're going to extend a long line of energy from the left heel out through the fingertips. Keep your belly drawing in and up. Your pelvic floor engaged. You can drop the hands to the floor. Rotate the back toes towards the sky. The right foot can come in a bit. The left hand on the left ankle, the right hand to the inner right knee, and a twist over your right shoulder as you open up your inner hips. Breathe. As you exit, you could sweep your right elbow low so it wraps up your right shin. Maybe you lift the heel towards the navel. Perhaps lean forward and come into a one-legged crow with the left leg lifted. You can then step or hop back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left side, lift your left leg, step all the way through, come into your warrior one. Take your eagle arms, your right arm underneath your left this time. Lift through your chest, the elbows are lifting. You're moving the energy away from the lower back to the mid and upper back. And then the elbows can drop to the inside of the left knee or ankle and hold. Keep the bend in your left knee as you hold. As you lift back up, little back bend, and then open into your warrior two. Align your warrior two, engage your bandhas, level the arms, and have a soft gaze over your left hand. To reverse your warrior, flip your left hand, the right hand back. And then drop the left elbow to the left knee as the right arm sweeps around towards the front. Again, a long line of energy from your heel through your fingers. You can release the hands to the floor. Allow your back toes to face the sky. The front toes face in. You can draw your right hand to your right ankle, the left hand to the inner left knee, and a twist over your left shoulder. As you begin to come out, drop your left elbow low. Rotate around to try and lift the knee away from the floor, the heel in towards the navel, and you're resting on your left elbow. If you'd like to come into your one-legged crow, lean forward and lift your right leg. Hold. And then step or hop back, chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Long inhales, long exhales. And lift your right leg. Right foot steps through, all the way up, a warrior one. drop down into your right knee. Allow the right knee to track forward, a natural curvature through your spine. Then you can release your hands down to the inside of your right foot. Work the right shoulder underneath the right knee. And then lift your right hand, lift your left hand, and hold. Or interlace your fingers behind your back and create a bind. Stay strong, stay engaged. As you come out, you can plant your hands, rotate onto the ball of the left foot, and start to lift your right foot away from the floor, either holding here or leaning forward into koundinyasana. As we come out, we're going to come into vasisthasana, our side plank. The left foot steps back, the right foot can stack. You can lift your right arm towards the sky, holding here, or taking any variation that's available for you. And step your right foot all the way through. Come into your warrior two. Take a moment to align your warrior two. And flow back down to your plank posture. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, lift your leg. Step all the way through your warrior one, right heel down, arms overhead. And then once you're up, get grounded with your earth element, the foundation beneath you. Become aware of your water element as you release tension in your body. Engage your fire element with your bandhas. Follow your breath, your air. The hands drop to the floor. The left shoulder will work underneath the left knee. You can lift the hands away from the floor and hold, or interlace the fingers behind the back. As we release, we'll rotate onto the ball of the right foot, lift up to the tippy toe of the left foot, and maybe the left foot can lift away from the floor as you engage your core, or you might lean forward into your balance. You might even use your right elbow as support in your balance. If you can balance without it, shift forward and balance without both elbows, just one elbow. Come into your side plank, step your right foot back, stack your left foot, lift your left arm, and breathe. If you took a variation on the other side, take the same variation here. We'll step into a warrior two with the left foot forward, the right heel down, windmill up, warrior two. Again, engaged, especially in your core. Flow back down, step back to your plank, and flow through your vinyasa, down dog. And from your down dog, you can release the knees to the floor and sit back to your child's pose. 5 full breaths in child's pose, becoming aware of how your body feels right now. Balance the energies in your body, using your breath. Find equilibrium in your body. Place your hands out in front, roll through up dog, press back, down dog. Step your right foot through to your hands. Allow the right toes to face the right side of the room, the right hand to the inside of your right knee. Look over your right shoulders. You stay strong and active in your left leg. Release the left knee and reach around with your right hand to grab hold of your left foot and slowly draw your heel in towards your bum for a quad stretch. Let go of your left foot. Allow your right toes to now face forward and rock to the outside edge of your right foot as you release the elbows to the floor. The left toes can curl under and you can lift the left knee away from the floor. Stay strong in your upper back, rounding, tucking the tail under, and engage in your core. And you can plant your hands. Allow the right foot to come down. The left heel rotates all the way down to the floor. As you keep your right hand down, lift your left arm towards the sky. If you'd like, you can bind with the left arm around the back and the right arm coming underneath. For another option, you can straighten your right leg. And then releasing your hands. Step back, three-legged dog. Stay strong in your shoulders. And if you'd like, you could flip your dog. As you come back through, we'll weave the right leg through the left leg and the left arm towards the left side as we drop down on the right hip. For an additional twist, thread the left arm underneath your right. You can even place your hands on top of each other and send energy into your hands to twist out your spine. The back toes can stay under with the left heel drawing backwards. As you come out, plant your hands and press through your right hands to lift your hips high. The left arm reaches for the sky. Stay here as the first variation. If you'd like to try another arm balance, drop the left hand, place the right knee above the left elbow, and lean forward to lift your left leg. Step back to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and all the way back, down dog. Left side, you can step your left foot through to your hands. Allow the left toes to face the left side, the left hand to the inside of your left knee, and a gaze over your left shoulder. Stay strong, stay active in your right leg. You can drop your right knee, draw your right foot in towards you, grab hold with your left hand, and find a quad stretch. Be especially careful of your knee here, keeping the knee in line. As you release the back toes, curl them under. Allow the left toes to face forward and rock to the outside edge of your left foot as you drop your elbows to the floor. Stay rounded in your upper back. Stay strong in your core. And keep the breath equal and balanced. As you come out, you can keep the left hand down and reach the right arm towards the sky, a bend in the left knee. Staying here, or reach the right arm around the back, the left arm underneath the leg as you take a bind. Stay here in the bind or lengthen through your left leg. As you exit, you can drop the hands. Step back into a three-legged dog, left leg's high. And if you'd like, you can flip your dog. To twist out your spine, the left leg is going to weave through towards the right side this time, dropping on the left hip, and the right arm can reach underneath the left to feel a release between each individual vertebrae of your spine. come back to center, plant your hands and press through your left hand as you lift your hips and the right arm reaches for the sky. For the first variation, stay here. If you'd like to try the arm balance, the right hand drops the left knee above the right elbow, and a shift of your weight forward to lift the right leg away from the floor. And step back, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Return once more to your breath. Slow down your heartbeat by lengthening your breath. Soften and step or hop to your hands. And exhale into a fold. You can thread the arms around the legs and weave them through to grab hold of your shins as you fold. A deep forward fold. Keep the chest glued to the thighs and only lengthen the legs to where you're comfortable. As you release, slowly roll all the way up to standing and hands to your heart. With the feet separated hips distance apart, we'll take a standing balance. Shift to your right foot and lift the left foot into a tree posture to the inside of your right thigh with your hands at heart center. Or come into a half lotus posture with the heel near your right hip. If you're in the half lotus and would like a bound variation, bend your right knee a bit. Allow the left arm to wrap around the back. This will give you space to bind. And if you'd like to fold, reach the right arm forward and drop it to the floor. And open your heart and chest towards the left side of the room. To come up, soften your right knee. Allow the hands to lift back up into heart center and release your left foot. Switch sides, shift to your left, lift your right heel, and come into your tree posture. Or, if you took the lotus variation, place the right heel by your left hip. To bind, soften your left knee and reach the right arm around the back. This will make it easier to bind. You can reach the left hand forward if you'd like and drop the left hand to the floor as you open your heart and chest towards the right side. As you come out of it, continue to stay with your balance and come out with grace and ease. Release the right foot, hands to the heart. For another balance, we'll shift to the right foot, lift the left foot, and grab hold of the left foot to come into the dancers. You can reach your right arm up and lean forward. Like you did before, if you'd like, you can drop your right hand to the floor and open your heart and chest as you kick energy into your left hand. You can release the hand, release the foot, and forward fold. Soften and all the way back up to take the other side. Shift left, lift right. Left arm reaches for the sky as you come into your dancer's posture. Staying here, release the left hand to the floor and open the heart and chest as you send energy into your hand. Come out slowly and mindfully, taking another forward fold. And then spread the feet mat's distance apart and squat all the way down into malasana. The toes can come out to the side. You can drop your right hand and lift your left arm towards the sky for a twist. Stay here or bind with the left arm around the back and the right arm around your shin. Coming out of your twist, flow into the other side. take the bind, or just extend the arms. Come back to center, and to transition back, we'll use the crow posture. If you'd like to try, plant your hands, lean forward, and see if you can lift your feet away from the floor. For the hop back, you can drop your chest and try to lift the legs away from the elbows as you step or hop back to your plank and flow through to your down dog. Two more breaths. And we'll then drop the knees into a tabletop position on the hands and the knees. Extend your right arm out in front of you and your left leg behind you. And then draw your knee to your elbow, elbow to knee. Extend back out. Round your spine and draw the knee to the elbow and out. All the way back in and out. Move with your breath. In and out. Once more, in and out. You can release the right hand and the left knee. Switch sides, left arm out, right leg back, and draw the elbow to the knee. Back out. Elbow to knee. And out. Draw it in. And back out. In. And out. Last time, draw in and out. And then release the hand and the knee. Reach the right arm out in front. Left leg behind. And this time, see if you can sweep your hand around and grab hold of the top of the foot. Like your dancer's variation, finding a back bend. Release and switch sides. Left arm out, right leg back. And you can sweep the hand around and grab hold of the foot for the dancer's variation. Let go. Keep your hips where they are. And walk the hands out in front to release the head or your chest down towards the floor. Anahatasana. Feel space between your shoulder blades. Arch your back, round yourself out of the posture, and lower all the way down to the floor. With your hands by your thighs and the palms facing up, you can drop your head to one side. We'll come into a bow posture by drawing the heels in towards the bum and grabbing hold of the tops of the feet. Send energy into your hands and lift your chest, lift your legs. Release down. Drop your head to the other side. And come back up. Grab hold of the feet. Send energy into the hands and lift. Stay engaged, drawing the belly in and up. Feeling the energy of the feet in the hands as you lift higher. And release. For our final variation, we'll offer a bind. When we come into the bind, we'll thread the hands underneath the feet to wrap up the entire ball of the foot instead of the big toe, which can often slip. We'll allow the right pinky toe to face the front and sweep the hand underneath to grab the entire ball of the foot. Same on the left. And if you're trying the bind today, send a little energy away from you at first, then rotate the elbows towards the sky. You may find that your shoulders are blocked. Be gentle here coming into it. It's a deep posture. Hold. And as you come out slowly, one leg at a time, one hand at a time. And press back for a brief child's pose, just to lengthen back out the lower back. Roll through, up dog. Roll back, downward dog. Settle into your down dog for a few breaths. We're going to find a seat at the front of the mat. If you'd like, you can try to hop through your arms, lifting the hips high and crossing the ankles and threading them through the arms, finding your seat. And then one vertebrae at a time, allow your core to stay engaged as you roll down, and then lift your heels, holding in a low boat. Roll down, allowing the shoulders to come closer to the floor, but keep the head and shoulders lifted. And then release all the way down. Allow your heels to slide in towards your bum to prepare for your bridge. And then begin to lift your hips away from the floor. Work your shoulders underneath, either grabbing your heels or you can interlace the fingers underneath. Keep the knees drawing towards each other. They often like to come out towards the side. Lower back down. You can stay with your bridge postures, but if you'd like to take your wheel, we'll try the wheel today. If you're coming into the wheel, the hands beside your head with the fingertips facing your shoulders, and you can press all the way up into your wheel. Make sure that the energy is not just in your lower back, that you feel it throughout the entire spine in your mid and upper back as well. A full arch of your back. And you can lower back down. We'll come back into the bridge or the wheel. A final time, press up. If you're in your wheel and would like a variation and go deeper, you can lift the heels and come up to your toes as you drop your head down to the floor. Walk your hands beside your head and then press back up. Maybe you can try that again, lifting the heels and walking the hands in to find a deeper back bend. Make sure that you have the strength in the arms to do this if you're trying it, and that you don't place too much weight on your head as you walk your head in. And then walk your way back out and release all the way back down to the floor. Release your spine by hugging the knees in, crossing the ankles, and grabbing hold of the top of the feet. And we'll slowly rock all the way up to a seat, rocking back and forth. Find your way up. Allow your legs to lengthen out. Shift over to your left hip and draw your right foot behind you so all 5 toes face backwards. The left foot could come to the inside of your right thigh or into a half lotus. And we'll twist over the left shoulder. If you're binding in the half lotus, sweep your left hand around to grab hold of the left toes as you twist. Come back around. Lean over to the left hip and sweep the right foot around, placing the right foot on the floor and the left ankles crossed over the knee or in your half lotus. And then lift your left leg towards the sky One more breath. And then cross the left ankle just below your right knee, dropping back down, lengthen your right leg. The left foot crosses over top of the right leg as it drops to the floor, and you take a twist over your left shoulder. Keep energized through your right foot. As you come back around, we'll allow the left heel to draw near the right hip. As the left knee stacks over the right thigh, you can fold over your straight right leg. If it's too much to fold, just stay upright. Breathe. Come back up and gomakasana. The right heel near your left hip, so the left knee stacks over top of the right. Curl the toes in to help engage the knees. Again, if you're comfortable folding, hinge at your hips to fold. Begin to lift up. Lean back, unravel your legs, and come into your boat pose. Lift your legs, lift your hands. Release the legs back down. This time shift right. Allow the left foot to come behind you so all 5 toes face backwards. The right foot to the inside of the left thigh or into your half lotus. Gaze over your right shoulder. If you took the bind in your half lotus, the right arm can sweep around the back to grab hold of the top of the right foot, and the left hand can sweep underneath your right knee. Follow your exhales deeper into your twists. Release, come back around, shift over to the right, allow the left foot to sweep around, and come into your reverse tabletop. This time you can lift your right leg towards the sky, holding, and cross the ankle just below the left knee. Sit back down with the left leg long, the right foot crosses over as you twist over your left shoulder. One more breath. And then come back around to the front and allow the right heel to come near the left hip as you stack your right knee over your left thigh. Stay engaged in your left foot and fold. Feel your breath working deeper into your body, like you can feel your breath through the pores of your skin and into your muscles. Lift back up, and for your cow face, the left heel towards the right hip as the right knee stacks over top of your left knee. The toes can curl in and you can fold forward. Full breaths, full inhale, full exhale. Lift back up. Lean back to your sacrum to unravel your legs. This time cross your ankles and roll through, stepping or hopping back, down dog. For our pigeon posture, you can allow the right ankle to come near the left wrist with the left leg walking out behind. Draw length to your spine. You can drop to your elbows, or if you'd like, you can fold all the way forward. If the back left leg has a tendency to roll over to the side, keep the toes under. Another full breath. And then as you lift up to your hands, we'll work the hands over towards the left side. You can drop your right elbow and place your head in your hand, or you can drop the shoulder down to the sole of the right foot and press your hands together for a twist. Begin to lift out. Place your hands. Curl the back toes under and step back with the right leg high. And then you can release your right leg and switch sides. Left leg can step through your pigeon posture. The right leg out behind you. Find your alignment before you fold. Making sure that the right thigh is underneath and not rolling over towards the right side. To help you do this, you can keep the right toes underneath. Keep energy flowing through your left foot. Slight engagement in the left foot. You can lift back up slowly to your fingertips and work the hands over towards the right side. The left elbow can drop to the floor with the head in the hand, or the shoulder to the inside of the foot as you press your hands together. Exit your twist by drawing the hands back around. And this time lean over to the left hip to sweep the right leg around, and the soles of the feet will meet for backbends. Stay here upright if it's a lot on your inner hips, or fold over your feet. Sometimes it helps to breathe in and out of the posture a few times to get deeper. Follow your exhales deeper into it. As we come up, we're going to grab hold of the big toes, lean back to the sacrum and allow the legs to lengthen, find balance. Keep the spine long and breathe. The right foot's going to come to the inside of the left thigh, and we'll take a gaze over the right knee as the left leg drops down. You can lift your right arm towards the sky, and you can drop your head in your hand as the right arm sweeps around. You might grab hold of the top of the left foot with the left shoulder down to the inside of the left thigh. Feel a long side stretch. Begin to come out of it and sweep your right hand behind your right thigh and press through your hand to lift your hips, lift your left arm. Come back through center, facing over your left leg. Reposition your hips. And if you'd like, fold. Or if you wanted to come into your half lotus variation, you could come into the half lotus and maybe even take the bind as you fold. Allow yourself now to go deeper into your body and your mind, making space between each thought and finding the calming effect of the fold. You can then lift up and allow the left heel to come underneath your right hip for a half lotus, or come into a full lotus. If you'd like to go further, fold forward. Just listen to your own body as you do so, and only go to where you'd like to go today. Begin to lift out. Plant your hands out in front of you and rock your way up onto your knees in your lotus. You can allow the elbows to draw into your side body as you lift your legs and unravel to your downward facing dog. And from down dog, we'll switch sides. You can hop your way through or step through to a seat. And the left foot to the inside of your right thigh as you gaze over your left knee. You can lift your left arm, drop the right elbow to the floor and place your head in your hand, or drop the shoulder down as you allow the left arm to sweep overhead to grab hold of your right foot. Feel the long side stretch in your left side body. As you come up, drop the left hand to the outside of the left thigh and press through your hand to lift your hips away from the floor. And come back around for danurasana, or you can take your half lotus, drawing the left heel to the inside of the right hip. Maybe even a bind in your half lotus with the left arm around the back to grab hold of the left foot as you fold. Find that quiet space again, the space where you feel content and at peace. Lift back up and come into your half or full lotus. If a fold's comfortable for you, fold forward. Maybe even placing the hands on top of the knees and drawing the elbows down to the floor, or a variation of interlacing the fingers behind the back and allowing the arms to flow overhead. Whatever variation is available for you. As you lift back up, we'll come in to a balance, allowing the elbows to draw in towards the hips. See if you can lift your legs, unravel the legs, and downward facing dog. Soften again to either step or weave through to a seat. With both legs out in front, take Paschimottanasana. If you're folding and the hamstrings are tight, you can bend your knees into your chest. If you're feeling okay in the hamstrings, hinge at your hips to fold. Especially now. Deepen your breath. Take your practice further by clearing out your mind. And in your own time, come up and take a slow roll down to your back. We'll take one more final spinal twist here. You can draw the right knee in and allow it to cross left, or you might take eagle legs as you gaze over your right shoulder. Come back to center and switch sides. Again, find your way back to center. And find your corpse posture, preparing for Shavasana. The feet will be wide enough apart so the inner thighs aren't touching. The hands far enough away from the body so the arms aren't touching the body. The fingertips face up. And soften. Relax your face, iron out the wrinkles in your forehead, and allow your jaw to relax. The lips may part. Soften throughout your entire body. And to calm your mind, imagine you're floating on top of a beautiful lake, just gazing up to a blue sky. Allow that calm of the blue sky to bring calm to your mind and your body. Stay here for as long as you'd like, or slowly draw awareness back to your body and begin to bring awareness back. Namaste.